The untold story of Lamine Yamal. What if I told you that one of football's biggest future legends was still a teenager when the world started watching? A boy who came from a simple neighborhood and shocked the football world with his unbelievable talent. His journey is not just about goals and trophies. It's about dreams, sacrifice, family, and believing in yourself. This is the incredible story of Lamine Yamal Nasraoui Ebana. His full name is Lamine Yamal Nasraoui Ebana. He was born on July 13, 2007 in Esplugues de Llobregat, Barcelona, Spain. From the beginning, Lamine's story was connected to different cultures. His father, Maouneir Nasraoui, has Moroccan roots. His mother, Sheila Ebana, has Equatorial Guinean roots. These backgrounds helped shape the identity of a player who would later represent Spain on the biggest stages in football. Lamine grew up in Rocafonda, Mataró, a working-class neighborhood near Barcelona. Life was simple, but his dreams were always big. Like many young footballers, he spent hours playing football in the streets and local fields. Every touch of the ball was a chance to improve. Every game was another step toward his dream. The neighborhood where he grew up became an important part of his identity. Behind every football star, there is a story of support. Lamine's family played an important role in his journey. They encouraged him to follow his passion and continue improving. Even before the world knew his name, his family believed in his ability. Their support helped him stay focused and chase a dream that once seemed impossible. At just 7 years old, Lamine joined FC Barcelona's famous youth academy, La Masia. For thousands of young players, La Masia is a dream. But for Lamine, it became the place where his talent started to grow. Inside those training grounds, he learned the Barcelona style of football. Coaches quickly realized that this young player had something special. Nobody knew that this young boy would one day become one of the most exciting footballers in the world. But the journey had only just begun. The next chapter would take Lamine Yamal from a talented academy player to a history-making Barcelona star. La Masia to Barcelona's youngest star. At La Masia, Lamine Yamal was surrounded by some of the best young footballers in Spain. But what made him different was his confidence. His ability to control the ball, create chances, and play without fear surprised coaches at every level. He was not the biggest player on the pitch, but his football intelligence made him stand out. Every training session became another opportunity to improve. Year after year, Lamine continued climbing through Barcelona's youth system. He played against older players and showed a maturity beyond his age. His speed, creativity, and fearless style made people believe that he could become something special. Inside the club, many started talking about a young talent who could have a huge future at Barcelona. In 2023, everything changed. At only 15 years old, Lamine Yamal received the biggest opportunity of his young career. He was called up to train with Barcelona's first team. Soon after, he made his official first-team debut. A teenager stepped onto the same pitch where football legends had created history, and the world started paying attention. Lamine Yamal quickly showed that he was not just another young player. His dribbling skills, creativity, and confidence made him one of the most exciting talents in world football. Match after match, he continued breaking records and proving that age was just a number. Barcelona fans saw something special. A player who could become one of the faces of the next generation. Lamine's performances did not go unnoticed. Spain recognized his incredible talent and gave him the opportunity to represent the national team. At just 16 years old, he became one of the youngest players ever to play for Spain. Wearing the national jersey, he carried the hopes of millions of fans. A new chapter of his story had begun. From the streets of Rocafonda to the biggest football stages, Lamine Yamal was no longer just a young talent. He was becoming a global football sensation. But the biggest moments of his career were still ahead. In 2024, Lamine Yamal stepped onto one of football's biggest stages. At only 16 years old, he represented Spain at the UEFA European Championship. Many players spend their entire careers waiting for a moment like this. But Lamine was already making history as a teenager. With every match, he showed the world that he belonged among the best. Spain's journey continued, and Lamine became one of the most exciting players in the tournament. His confidence, creativity, and fearless style inspired millions of young football fans around the world. He was not just playing football, he was creating memories. The teenager from Rocafonda had become a symbol of a new generation. 2026 FIFA World Cup dream. After becoming one of football's brightest young stars, Lamine Yamal entered the 2026 FIFA World Cup with a dream shared by every footballer: to lift the biggest trophy in the world. Wearing the Spain jersey on football's greatest stage, he showed maturity beyond his years. The teenager who once played football in the streets was now competing for world glory. Personal life and humble nature. Despite becoming one of the most famous young athletes in the world, Lamine Yamal continues to keep his personal life private. He has not publicly confirmed a girlfriend and prefers to focus on football. Away from the spotlight, he remains connected to his family, his roots, and the neighborhood that helped shape him. For Lamine, success is not only about fame. It is about remembering where the journey started. The future of Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal's story is still being written. He has already achieved what many players only dream about. But the biggest question remains: can he become one of the greatest footballers of all time? Can he win the Ballon d'Or and leave a legacy that lasts forever? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain: the world will be watching Lamine Yamal. From a young boy in Rocafonda to a global football superstar, Lamine Yamal's journey proves that dreams have no age limit. If you enjoyed this documentary, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more football stories. And tell us, is Lamine Yamal the future GOAT of football?